happy hump day. I hope your day is off to an awesome start. My name is Sherita Bagby with I Am Goddess Life, and let's step into the goddess realm. I hope your morning is going swimmingly so far. So, hey, heads up. Yeah, I was super late this morning. I even got out of bed specifically to be on time, and it just didn't work out that way. So it's okay. We're going to let it ride, right? Let's start the day off right. You know the deal. Anytime you hear me say the word or you see the word posted, social, stop what you're doing, grab a glass of water, chug a lug, hit like when you're done. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was making a video and I was explaining a social and I caught myself doing this and I was like, I need to come up with a different hand gesture. Okay, guys, don't tell anybody. I just said that out loud. Bear with me because I am trying to get the monitor up. Now I can see you. Hi, Piper. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Javon. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's social real quick. I make myself giggle. I know that was totally inappropriate, but here's the deal. If you know me, you just know that inappropriate's gonna come out like probably sooner than later. All right, y'all, let's dive in. By the way, I know I've been telling you I'm gonna post the link to this challenge. That is the reason why I'm late. I've spent the last 2 hours trying to get this link correctly, so I promise today's the day because we've got some really awesome stuff planned, guys. I'm super excited about it, and the main thing again is it's not a weight loss challenge. It's just a zero gain, and if you're like me, you did a bunch of gaining at Thanksgiving, so I can pretty much maintain from here. No, it's funny because it's true, or maybe sad, but you get the point. You get the point. Hey, Christy. Good to see you this morning. Good to see you this morning. All right, guys. So I'm going to poke around here because on this screen, there we go. The video isn't coming up quite like I want. I want to be able to see your comments. All right. Got it. Thank you, God. Thank you to our angels. Thank you to our goddesses, our guides, for all the amazing guidance and direction you give us every single day. We ask that you make our reading clear and concise. Make it applicable to us, to each and every individual, so we all know how to apply it to our individual lives. We ask that anyone who hears any portion of this message be blessed by it abundantly. And all these many wonderful things we ask in unconditional love. Amen. Because it's hump day and that's what we do. So throughout that whole prayer, like, I was being blasted from over here. So I think we're going to talk to Isis today. And we might possibly talk to Gaia. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. So anyway, y'all, happy day, happy day. Let's dive in. Now, I'm going to do something, and I don't normally do this, but I was up working late last night, and then I got up at a decent time this morning. So I'm going to have some coffee real quick. I'm not a huge advocate of coffee. I don't need coffee, but today was one of those days where I was like, you know what? I've got some really good coffee in there. I'm going to make some coffee. I'm unapologetic about it. Life's all about balance. I've gone both directions. Extreme gluttony and extreme fitness. This is where I'm happiest. Balance. Well, I could probably get a little bit more fitness in, but that's what the challenge is for, right, guys? And when I say we're in it together, y'all hear me say that from time to time, or you see me post it in comments. I for real mean that. Like, when we are starting this challenge on Friday, and I am going to force myself to start on Friday, because weekends tend to be a little off the chains for me when it comes to nutrition. So I'm going to force myself to be disciplined. And really, it's just all about getting a jump start on the new year, right? Whew. Let me get grounded here. Good morning, Nina. Oh, Thank you, Goddess Isis. What do you have for us today? Guys, we've been getting so many messages. Well, really the same repeating message, but I've been seeing it in so many private readings. It's insane. And a lot of us are really just experiencing right now endings and beginnings. Some people a little more intense than others. Some people in their physical world, some people in their spiritual world or their mental realm, their emotional understanding of who they are and their place in relation to others. It's just been a really big time of shifting. And I'll be the first to tell you, I am not the greatest well-studied on astrology, so I'm not even going to go there. That's why, like yesterday, I'll just post the article for you to read it for yourself. Do your own homework. But I don't know about you, but what I do know is I can sense and I can feel the energy, and I feel it not only within my own life, but I just even see it in my news feed. Like, holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. So, good morning, Kathia. So really, guys, I just want to, I want to just kind of recap, you know, like I said, the big thing we've been getting is especially for a lot of us, is endings and beginnings, and a lot of Vesta. Vesta's been coming out for everybody. A lot of Vesta, for Vesta telling us that as we improve our households, or our household situation improves, or a healthy move or change in the occupants improves, right? But it's that change that's within us, as we're shifting within us, as we're stepping further into our life purpose, into our divine purpose, realizing and starting to understand. And for those who know what it is, finding ways to really begin to incorporate it and recognizing just how powerful you are. Some of you have been on it with me since Virgo New Moon, where we've been commenting every day about, and not only commenting, but posting in particular after we get done writing out our goals, our affirmations, and our gratitude. And you're starting to really see some of those changes and those shifts in your life. And guys, again, remember that if you want to attract abundance, you got to be in a place of abundance. So when we can raise our vibration up to be in alignment with that which we want to bring in our lives, and then we remain consistent with it, oh, it's a freaking wrap. You're like, oh my God, look what I just did. That was so awesome. That was so awesome. So let's see what Isis has for us today. How many cards are we getting? I'm getting 1 or 2 cards. I'm not sure that they're both coming from this deck. So let's see what we got going on here. Thank you, Goddess Isis. What is it that you have for us? Whatever it is, it's taking us further into our shift. What do you have for us? We haven't worked with this deck in a while. Got it. All right. I like this. All right. Hopefully y'all can see that okay. And give me a hot second. Let's see if we can zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Just a skosh. Look at that beautiful card. Okay, Javon says, don't think because I'm not posting every day, I'm not doing it every day. Javon, I totally understand. And today's one of those days where, you get up and you do it, and then you start moving, and then it's like noon, and I'm like, holy crap, I haven't posted yet. So no, I totally understand. But Javon, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You start to feel that shift within yourself. And again, guys, our vibration is our point of attraction. So as we raise our own personal vibration, as we get in a place of gratitude, and we start to recognize that everything is actually happening for our highest good, sometimes our physical eyes don't always feel that way. But when we're tapping into our divine purpose, when we're beginning to recognize it and it's coming to us, we're starting to feel like, man, things are changing within me. And we start to realize that as it changes within us, holy cow, you start to look around in your physical world and realize, I actually do have what I need to make this happen. And you start to put one foot in front of the other, and guess what? Now you're on the vibration, or you're in alignment with what you're trying to create, and more and more of what you need and what you want begins to just flow. And when we're unaware of it, we use words like, what a big kawinky dink. When in reality, science proves. This is, guys, this is why I love dabbling in quantum physics, because my Virgo mind is highly analytical. I have to know why. Don't just tell me 2 and 2 equal 4. Where did you get that to? Where did you get that to? And I need you to show your work. You know what I'm saying? So what I ultimately want to just really drive home is that when we my whole point to that is science. I like facts. I'm sorry. So let me finish my thought and then we'll dive into this card. But science, I like facts. And quantum physics shows us that, you know, in the law of vibration, science has proven that everything vibrates in its tiniest form, and any matter in its tiniest form is pure energy, and it all has a vibrational frequency. What you send out is what you get back. What you are in alignment with is what you are attracting. So when you start to realize just how much control you do have over your thoughts, over your feelings, and how those things control your actions, you start to realize, wow, I am shaping physical matter. That's why this is called I Am Goddess Life. This isn't like a goddess or kind of goddess-like or, you know, goddess maybe or goddess. No, I am. I recognize my divinity. None of us are separate from God. We are all expressions of the infinite. And we have full access, God-given capabilities to universal law. So my goal is to help people to understand what that is, to use those things to bring about the change in their life that they want to see in the world. Morning, Nina. No worries. I understand. Come back when you are ready. All right, guys. So Talisman of Potency. Charging sacred objects of power. Charging sacred objects of power. Sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, and learning to bring physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world as a part of your spiritual practice. Your love for the physical world of matter is a gift to the earth too. Oh my goodness. Well, that kind of sums up what we just talked about, bridging that gap between spirituality and physical matter. And so many of you, and even in our group readings, we've been being told, get into nature. Get into nature, right? It's a gift for the earth too. Mawu. You are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field and to accomplish your spiritual mission now. These objects might be a wand, a chalice or sword, a bowl, or even a special tile with an image that you love, a statue, cloth with a beautiful design, a natural crystal or a black mirror, or a root, shell, or feather you found waiting for you while out in nature one day. If finding a gift in nature, it is wise to ask the spirit of the earth if the item in question is intended for your healing work, and if you feel it is, then of course receive it with gratitude. If not, bless it and move on. This oracle is seeking you to draw your awareness to your special ability to work with material objects to awaken spiritual light within them. The material world is filled with light, and our loving attention can help awaken that light within form. In the same way that someone seeing the best in you, knowing what you are truly capable of, can help you reach your dreams and become that self more fully, so too can holding an awareness that just like our bodies, the material world holds its own light and benefits from love, attention, and care. This is the loving art of integrating spirit into physical matter, and it is a part of your spiritual potency and healing gift. To be able to love the physical world as an element of your spiritual journey. Know that your journey is perfect. Love everything about it. And here's the deal, guys. There are things that we've been taught. We have literally been taught in our lives to fear or to be upset about or to be frustrated with. But here's the thing. When you learn to love it, you recognize that it is an element of your spiritual journey. Everything that happens. Hold on. We'll come back to that in a minute. Objects become talisman when they are cleansed, dedicated, and charged with sacred intent. This is consecration, or the rendering of something into sacredness. Talisman are a way to enjoy a spiritual relationship with the material world. It is not a matter of being able to work without them, but more of an enjoyment and beauty of working with the material world in a spiritual way. And I want to be super clear on that. I see that a lot in a lot of groups. People are constantly asking, what stone can I use to X, Y, and Z? What crystal can I use? What feather can I use? Here's the deal. The power is within you. This is just an aid to add in addition to. And when you are charging that, remember where that life force, where that power, where that charge is coming from, right? So often we look outside of ourselves. But remember, you are a part of spirit. It is already within you. All right, so this is also a way to heal any difficult relationship that you may have with your mother, your body, eating and food, or with financial and physical security. It can also include difficulties in bringing your ideas into physical form, living your path in practical and material way, and any other issues that stem from a wounded relationship to matter. However, seeing it as less than spirit. What wonderful and varied healing effects talisman can bring us. It all starts with honoring of light in matter, the sacredness of the material world. If you have been considering working with crystals for healing, or tarot cards, or physical tools for spiritual growth, you are encouraged to do so by the Oracle of Talisman of Potency. They will help you to grow and empower you. If you have an object in your space that you've been thinking of cleansing, perhaps a crystal or a piece of jewelry, this oracle encourages you to do so with breath, salt, moonlight, or sound, as you so choose. Remember that objects in the material world hold vibrations too. Let me repeat that. Remember that objects in the material world hold vibrations too. Cleansing with love and intention to dissipate negative energy is a way to care for the material world, helping awaken the light within it. And I just want to say this again. Objects, and these aren't just certain objects, but all objects in the material world hold vibrations too. You have the power to cleanse with love and intention to dissipate negative energy. That is a way to care for the material world, helping awaken the light within it. If you have been considering building sacred jewelry or purchasing a crystal or a healing tool, you are encouraged to do so and to learn to work with it. Learn to work with it. Get into a space of allowance. The Oracle Talisman of Potency supports you in honoring the physical world and its beauty in your life in this way. Holy crap. You guys, how intense is that? Seriously. How intense is that? Javon says, wow, love that. Wounded relationship with matter. Right? Wounded relationship with matter. And the biggest thing, and this is one of the things that I really want to take from this, or want to share from this. And this is something, I guess I want to share it because it's something that took me a while to really fully grasp and comprehend and to get comfortable with. But, you know, so often we're looking for the right way to do something. What is the right way to meditate? What is the right way to cleanse my stone? What is the right way to charge it? Yes, there are some great guidelines that can help you along the way. But at the end of the day, remember, all the power comes from you. What intention you put into it, what vibration you send to it and or receive from it, is what you create it to be, is what it is. So remembering that all of that comes from within you. You are the one charging the sacred objects of power. You are the one. Man, and again, I love this. Objects become talisman, and it doesn't have to be any specific object, but they become talisman when they are cleansed, dedicated, and charged with sacred intent. cleansed, dedicated, and charged with sacred intent. This is a consecration or the rendering of something into sacredness. If you do declare it and you feel and you know and you charge your intention into it to be sacred, then it is. Guys, I've been saying this a lot lately. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. If your intention is that I can, then you will, and it is. So be it, right? Oh my goodness. Kristen says, makes me think about the love I got from making my first dream catcher. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And there, I think the reason why some of this is coming up, because there are several people where I know you have part of your life purpose is emerging from within you. And it's kind of shocking. And you're questioning it in the sense of, can I actually do this? Whether it's making dream catchers, making jewelry, working in healing. Can I actually do this and earn a living? It is what you say it is. Yes. And some of you have a special affinity towards whether it be stones or whether it be cards, oracle readings, tarot readings, whether it be making jewelry, what have you. You have a specific gift and a specific affinity to it where it just flows naturally to you. And I'm not saying necessarily that that's what you're supposed to do for the rest of your life and that's your part in healing the world. I don't know. But what I am suggesting to you is to take the time to really explore that, to allow that idea to float within your mind. Allow yourself to dream. Here's the deal, guys. When we allow ourselves to dream, because sometimes there are just some ideas that seem so far out there that we just don't even think about it, right? We're just like, that'd be awesome for the right person, but that's not me. And we don't even think about it because we don't, in our immediate mind, we don't see how that could possibly work. But, when we take the time to dare to dream, when we allow ourselves to dare to dream, the coolest things happen. As we dream, we start to look around and we're like, oh, we can kind of work our way backwards. Oh, so you need that to do that. Well, then you only need that to do that. Well, wait a minute. I actually have that. So I could start with that. And once I get here, that would take care of that. And then all of a sudden we start finding ways that we can make this happen. Or we start playing around and we're making jewelry and maybe we're wearing it at work. And all of a sudden people are saying, oh my God, how much? Can I get that? And then before you know it, it turns into a freaking career. And we're like, I don't know what I got to do. I got to go to work, but I got all this side business too. Allow yourself to explore whatever those things are. Christy says, yes, can I actually do this? Abso-freaking-lutely. Kristen says, ding, ding, ding. Piper, yes, release fear of what ifs. That's the biggest thing. And the thing of it is it's not even that we have to release it as much as we shift our attention, because so much of the time we're so concerned on what happens if it doesn't work. But you know what? What happens if it does work? Oh my God. And really, guys, this is the thing that I've had to really tell myself lately. And because I'm finding where I'm being moved into some places that are really outside of my comfort zone. And so really I had to tell myself the other day, I was like, Sherita, what is the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is that, it doesn't turn out and your ego gets a little bit bruised. But what's the best thing that could happen from that situation? I freaking learn and it gets so much better the next time. And then here's the thing. People always come to me and they say, wow, I see how much you've grown over the last few years. I find that really inspiring. So really the worst case scenario could actually end up being my best case scenario, in the sense that it leads me to a place not only where I learn so much incredible things, or I fall into new situations or new people, or in this case, again, I'm daring to dream because it's forcing me to go and think about new opportunities. But also the people who are watching me are now being inspired to do it themselves. And again, guys, we talk about this. When you let your light shine, two things happen. Number one, you attract the people whom you're meant to help, but you also attract the people whom are meant to help you. So really, what's the worst that could happen? Because ultimately, no matter what, it's always working out for my highest good. And when we begin to recognize that and feel that and stop focusing on the negative and focus on, oh my God, this really could be awesome, guess what? We start to draw those things into our lives. And it shifts our whole perspective. And what did this card just tell us? It really, this is the bridge, especially when we start using these things that we're being called towards, these talisman. That's the bridge between our spiritual and our physical matter. Oh my gosh, let me keep going. Christy says, I'm contemplating opening a metaphysical store that is intended to bring people closer together in spirit. I'm going to make that happen. You know what, Christy? That is freaking awesome. And what I love about this is, you know, there's three simple things. What they always say: decide, commit, and act. Now, what I will say is especially making that decision and making that commitment now and that action. This, I think, I personally think, and I've been considering doing a side video on this. I think Mercury retrograde is a perfect time for that. And I love that idea, Christy. And here's the reason why. We've also, so many people, not just in our group readings, but I can't tell you how many people are getting Ostra, are getting new beginnings, are getting the cards telling them to give way to new conditions, access new ideas, give birth to new ideas, what have you. But Mercury retrograde, I love this in particular because Mercury retrograde, so many people get frustrated with it. But really what I see this is a time to, okay, I've decided I'm going to open this store. I'm committed to it, but I'm in Mercury retrograde. I don't necessarily want to launch right now, but Mercury retrograde is a great time to go through your mental, physical, spiritual, financial inventory, right? What am I thinking about that doesn't align with this store? Okay, here are some feelings of lack and fear. I need to cut those out. I need to neutralize those. If I can't cut them out, I need to neutralize those and find a way to state them in the positive. Okay, what actions am I doing in my daily life that aren't aligning with my highest good in opening this store? Okay, now that I'm in retrograde, I can, okay, let me slow down. Okay, I can cut out, I'm going to cut out this activity. I'm going to cut out that activity. Got you. But I'm going to replace it, or I'm going to shift my intention in that activity so that it is now aligned again with my highest good. What feelings have I been holding about this? Maybe I've been holding a little bit of feelings of fear, or maybe some feelings of lack. Maybe I need inventory. Maybe I need a new website. Maybe I need a new app or whatever. Okay, now I'm going to shift my attention. What do I have that I can work with now? This is a great time to really just get your ducks in a freaking row. And that just doesn't go for Christy, who's looking at starting a new project. That goes for all of us. That goes for absolutely all of us, in the sense that Mercury retrograde is really just a time to slow down and take inventory of our lives. What is not in alignment? Okay, because if it ain't in alignment, it's going to come up during retrograde, during Mercury retrograde, right? That's a time to freaking celebrate. When those things come up, we don't go, freaking Mercury retrograde, I hate this. No, now it's like, dang, thank you, Mercury retrograde, because this is the opportunity. Things are slowing down right now. Things have slowed down. This is my review period. Thank you for this coming up, because now I know what's been hidden. Now I know where I need to illuminate and heal and integrate back into my life. We've talked about that so much in the past, y'all, with the divine masculine and divine healing, feminine healing, coming together, integrating to create the divine sunchild. That is us. So, woo. Kristen says, finding the flow. Hey, Kendrick. Hey, Trey, excuse me. Piper says, facts, sis. Christy, yes, this is a great time for gathering information, for making new connections. And even as you're making those new connections in retrograde, keeping in mind that communication can be a little bit wonky, but this is a great opportunity in making those connections to make sure, for example, and this is something I'm working on, making sure, for example, now that I'm meeting new connections, I want to make sure that I have a clear 1-minute elevator pitch. You know, I want to be able to tell people I own a metaphysical store and my focus is on blah, blah, and blah, you know, in 1 minute or less. So now that I'm meeting these new people, here's a great opportunity for me to practice this technique. Because, and the reason I say that is because sometimes we meet people or we have conversations during retrograde, and even though we're using the same words, we have different mindsets or different intents, and then we come out of we're like, dang, okay, I see where we had some miscommunication there. But this is a great time to practice that clarity. And then what I love about that is our physical ears, our minds, oftentimes hear certain things according to our own understanding. But retrograde is a great time to really get into a place to try and set that aside and to start tuning into, okay, I don't know that what I'm hearing in my physical mind is really what they're saying, because I'm kind of offended right now. So let me tune into my intuition. Let me take a step back and really just kind of tune in and wade through the muck to hear my okay, God, I see where I was in my feelings and I took offense, but what they actually said was out of complete love and was truth. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, y'all? Give me a couple of yeses if that makes sense. Christy said, that's exactly what I'm doing. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, Christy, I'm so excited for you. Hey, Takara. Hey, Mama. So, y'all, what I want to do really quick before we wind down, because we are already at 30 minutes, and so 32. And so what I want to do is I want to do this ritual cleansing and charging for Talisman. Okay, so you can come back to this, and if you want to come back to it, just know that it's right about the 32 mark, somewhere in there. So we're going to do this quick ritual cleansing and charging. So guys, if you happen to have any stones near you, if you happen to have something that's important to you, now here's the deal. I don't want anybody listening to this thinking that they can't participate or they're missing out on something because they don't have any stones or statues or a particular cloth or a dream catcher or what have you. A talisman is whatever is sacred or super important, or, you know, to you, what you feel you have a connection to. So I don't even want to sound funny, but let's just say, for example, you have a locket from your great grandmother who passed and it's super important to you and it's something that brings you peace, that brings you comfort. That is yours. Okay, so I don't want you to feel like it has to be, if I don't have this, then I'm missing out and I can't participate. Because guess what that is? That's a lack mindset, and we are now vibrating on lack. And then we're going to wonder why this thing keeps eluding us. How come my stone hasn't found me yet? Because you keep telling yourself what you don't have, right? Let's focus on what we do have, and then we attract more haves to us. Okay, so enough of that. My car, boom, Kristen. That is something that a lot of us take for granted. A lot of us take for granted. It's not only A to B, but that's protection. In many forms, not from other cars, from weather, from, you know. It is what you say it is, okay? And don't doubt yourself. Trust. Make sure that it aligns with your highest good. And when it aligns with you, here's the deal. When it aligns, you know it aligns because you're like, my mind can't explain it, but I just know in my heart and soul that it's true. I just know that it's true. Like, I can't explain it, but I just feel it. Like, then that's yours. Okay, so let's get in. I just want to give you guys some time to go find. So again, when you come back to do this again, or should you choose to, just come to about the 34-minute mark now. Okay, have your sacred object with you that you wish to dedicate as a talisman. Have a piece of silk or cotton or other natural fabric or lovely patterned material ready to hold your object after the ceremony. And again, guys, this doesn't have to be, you don't have to go to Joann Fabrics or run to Hobby Lobby real quick to go find something, you know, and spend $80 on a piece of cloth. Like, serious. Keep it, do something that's personal to you. Me personally, I have some scarves that I got from my mommy that I like. Right? Some like kind of kerchief type scarves and what have you. So use what you have. Use what you have. And here's the deal. Once you consecrate it, once you dedicate it, then it is. And again, I don't want to be funny, but if you have a pretty cloth napkin, you know what I'm saying? You have the power to consecrate it. So once you consecrate it, it is. Don't worry about somebody else coming in and talking about that's just a cloth napkin, girl. It is what you say it is, okay? All right, so say aloud, I call upon the beings that love me unconditionally. I call upon my own soul for light, for clear intent, power, peace, protection, and unconditional love. Bless this ritual. May all within it be for the greatest good. So be it. So let's go through that again, guys. I call upon the beings that love me unconditionally. I call upon my own soul for light, for clear intent. Power, peace, protection, and unconditional love. Bless this ritual. May all within it be for the greatest good. So be it. Now I want you to pick up your sacred object with your left hand and hold your right hand above it. Pick up your sacred object with your left hand, hold your right hand above it. Okay, now repeat after me. I give thanks for you. I give thanks for the service you will render, and I honor you with care, attention, and respect. I cleanse you of all negative energies now. Okay, now I want you to breathe in deeply and then do 3 fast exhale breaths swiftly over the object, visualizing negative energy being blown away on the breath. So breathe in deep. Blow, blow, blow. And as you're blowing, you're visualizing negative energy being blown away on the breath. Now focus on your heart and the crown of your head being filled with light. And that light flowing down through your hands and feet. Now visualize the light flowing from your body along your right arm. Half of that energy remains circulating in your body for healing and wellness, while the other half pours out of your right hand onto the object until it's filled with light. So much so that the light flows out and the light surrounds it. Now I want you to say, you are cleansed. You are charged with divine light of intent. My intent is for, and I want you to fill in your intent, whether it be healing, abundance, strength, clarity, love, power, all of the above, something else. Okay, repeat after me. May this intention manifest for the greatest good and in unconditional love through my own free will. So be it. So I want you to keep sending the light. Then I want you to repeat the following incantation. And I'm going to post this incantation when we get done. I will post it in the comments and pin it at the top. And so what you'll want to do is you'll want to do this incantation. Let's see, 3 times. So after 3 repetitions, wrap your object in a silk or a cotton piece of fabric, and then keep it out of regular view for sacred usage and respect. It's really best to redo this exercise if a piece is used a lot for healing or if it's ever handled by another person. So if any of you know me, there are certain stones that I am extremely particular about. Like, you can look, and even then I'm very cautious about that, but you certainly can't touch. And then there are other stones which I will allow people to touch, but I always come back and cleanse and recharge them. So this incantation in particular, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to go, because it's a little bit longer, so I'm going to say it 3 times. So I want you to really just close your eyes and say it in your mind with me. And also, guys, you can also use this incantation as kind of like a little mini blessing or cleansing at any time. Sacred object from the earth, you are cleansed now from negativity. You are clear and pure light of eternity. Sacred talisman now become. You are charged with light of perfection. You are blessed with divine intention. Sacred talisman, I honor your power. This is your task for every hour. And then I want you to repeat your intention here. So, for example, cleanse and protect my energy field with a shield of impenetrable violet light. Through my own free will, with gratitude in my heart, so full, so be it. Sacred object from the earth, you are cleansed now from negativity. You are clear and pure of light of eternity. Sacred talisman now become. You are charged with light of perfection. You are blessed with divine intention. Sacred talisman, I honor your power. This is your task for every hour. Cleanse and protect my energy field with a solid, impenetrable violet light. Through my own free will, with gratitude in my heart so full, so be it. Sacred object from the earth, you are cleansed now from negativity. You are clear and pure of light eternity. Sacred talisman now become. You are charged with light of perfection. You are blessed with divine intention. Sacred talisman, I honor your power. This is your task for every hour. Cleanse and protect my energy field with a shield of impenetrable violet light. Through my own free will, with gratitude in my heart so full, so be it. Ooh wee, y'all. Ooh wee. I apologize for pausing in there. My computer has like voice activated commands, and whatever I said, it kept popping up on the screen, so I'm so sorry about that. And I was trying to keep it from disrupting what we had going on. So anyway, y'all, I really want to really hone in on the understanding that the power is within you already. Again, because so often we look outside of us for clarity. We look outside of us for understanding. We look outside of us for help. But we forget that we are not separate from God. We are a part of the divine. We are a part of the infinite, right? And that our intention, our focus, our vibration literally affects physical matter. So again, your visualization is more powerful than I think most of you realize. So by holding that stone in your hand, and me in particular, I'm using my celestial quartz here, by holding that stone or whatever it is, and by putting in that sacred intention that it's yours, cleansing it, charging it, consecrating it, protecting it, right? And especially if it is one that is going to be used particularly for healing or to help in specific instances, then that's one you want to keep a little hidden away. I don't want to say hidden away, but just out of plain sight, regular view. Keep it to yourself. And then there are some other stones that I cleanse and I charge, but I don't necessarily use them for healing. I just like having them around. I do like having their energy around, okay? Now, guys, there are many, many, many ways to cleanse and charge your stones, your sacred objects, pieces, whatever they are. Okay, some people smudge, some people salt, some people use sun. With particular certain types of my stones, some stones I use in the sun, other stones I charge in the moonlight. There are some stones that I use fire with. There are some stones I use water with. You know, and it really just depends on the stone. You know, just for example, like this obsidian. Obsidian is a very fiery stone. I use it in particular for fiery, to help avoid fiery situations, but also I use fire to cleanse it, to purify it. Okay. My amethyst in particular, I use moonlight. I've got this one. I think I have another one over here. Like these, I typically will cleanse with sage and charge in the moonlight. So I mean, you can do what you work with, what you have. Let me put it like that. And I say that because so often, like, people feel like, I can't do this because I don't have. Well, you can't do it because you're in a place of lack. You can do it. You can do it with whatever you have. I promise you. You know, it's kind of funny. For the longest, I walked around here and I was like, they're talking about a couple of years ago, and I'm like, I want more stones. I'm lacking in stones, lacking in stones. And then it was just a couple of days ago, I used to have this amazing client who loved working with stones and making jewelry. And I found like so many pieces like this. She made all of these. She made this. I've got a couple of other things around here. She gave me like a ton of chakra bracelets. And I had to laugh at myself. And I'm like, Sherita, you had like boxes of stones and jewelry, you know, for years, but you didn't even realize what you had. You know, so why I say all that to say, I bet you probably do have more than what you realize. You know, guys, I don't even discount my wedding ring. I charge and clear that. Diamonds have vibrations as well. So work with what you have. Because most of all, you have you. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap it up, social it up. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis. Every time we work with this deck, I work with her a fair amount on my own, in my own personal life, and in one-on-one readings, and in coaching a lot. But we don't work with her too much in group sessions like this. And I don't know why. We probably might do that a little more often. Kristen said, yo, your car is your peaceful place. Girl, I feel that. Trust and believe. I really do. I really do. Let's social it up one more time. All right. I love y'all lots. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will do my best to make sure I have, I'm on time tomorrow for 9 o'clock. And, you know, guys, let me know if there are times that work better for you. I'm flexible. I honestly try and get it done earlier because then I get started earlier. Otherwise, I'll find an excuse to wait till noon or something, and then I gotta eat, and then I gotta, you know, and then it'll be 1 o'clock before I start my day. So that's why I just gotta get going in the morning. Turns out I'm a morning person. My body is a morning person, and my mind is a morning person, but my personality is more like an afternoon, evening kind of person. I don't know. Go figure, right? Have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis. Thank you guys for joining me today. Again, I am working feverishly, fervently, I think that's the word, on getting this stupid link situated so that we can get it out for Beat the Bulge. And when I do so, I will be posting it everywhere, so you can't miss it. Love you lots. Hope you have an amazing day. I got the power. Bye.